Hello, my Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I am not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am, however, a professional witch, a professional intuitive, and the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. I am the author of 2 books, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, as well as Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. You can check out the Kindle version of Words of Grace, link in the description box. You can preview the chunk of it, first good chunk of it, for free, including the table of contents, and you can see that I wrote the book in chakra chapters primarily, different graces, different prayers for different chakras. It's a chakra read. You may find it helpful. The original version, though, is over on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle Production in our digital store. You do not need to be a subscriber to shop. All of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Some of them get both of those books as their benefit package, but all of them get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link every morning, pretty much, chatting about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, something to send us on our way. And best way for me to start the day, considering I am moving big time, ordering a pod in the next few days, great fun. Considering what I do for a living, it really sets me up. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. There's no extended for this one, but they also get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings. We'll talk about that more at the end of the video if you want to check it out. But I love it. We got 2 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription. You can follow us for free. I've been posting more public content on there, so it's just wonderful. I love it a lot, and I highly recommend it. So if you like, click the link and come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons. You could just call me Mal. Hey, my Taurians, I hope you are all well, a bull or no bull. It's a noble bull. We are going to do things a little bit differently this time. Usually my chakra reads are a bit more involved. We are only doing 10 cards looking at your life purpose through work, career, and vocation. So let's do some explanation for the new Taurians and the cross watchers, and then we'll jump into it. Work, career, vocation is your life purpose seen through 3 levels of power. I learned the 3 levels of power from Caroline Myss, M-Y-S-S. She's a PhD, as well as I learned the 8 chakra system from her in her book Anatomy of the Spirits, and incorporating the archetypes with her archetype deck from Sacred Contract. She's been a big teacher, healer in my life, though I've never met her face to face because she's one of the 2 people on planet Earth who intimidate me. The other one being Chrissy Hyde, the Pretenders. I love her too much. Don't want to piss her off ever. So what we're going to do is look at these cards. We're going to get 3 of these, work, career, and vocation, representing what's going on in the 8th chakra. The soul power being developed, alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, so you can shift from illusion to truth. Then we will get the next 4 chakras down across the board with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal, the feminine energy, creative intuition. Then we will use the Mythic Tarot to get the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, and solar plexus, relationships in the physical world, dealing with people, places, and things, including your relationship to yourself in the world. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to put it all together and to bring a little bit of a spiritual practice, perhaps to bring chakras into alignment so you can become a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser version of yourself, and a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. And that's why cross-watchers are welcome on my channel, because you can get some insight, some understanding, some sympathy, and some empathy for the Taurus you are cross-watching for. But if you use the mantra, or consider this, there can always be mirroring in a cross-watcher read, right? This could be all about you, but in terms of your relationship to them. So as you heal you, cross-watchers, you're helping them heal, as well as you are helping all of the Tauruses who are watching this video and who choose to apply whatever, integrate whatever hits the table. So gee, I think that's all the explanation we need to do. Let's get to the divination, and the shift from one to the other happens in the still point. It's one of my favorite things. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Pantheons of the Divine, what's going on in the 8th chakra for their work, the Taurus and the Cross Watchers? What's going on in their career, 8th chakra? We're putting all of these face down. And how about their vocation, 8th chakra dominant, right? Their life purpose seen through their calling, right? Their spiritual calling, their mystical power. So this archetype card is probably going to be key. What have you got? 8th chakra for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers in the vocation. Now we're going to do the same thing with the Daughters of the Moon and the Mythic Tarot. Get them all down, face down, and then we'll flip them over work, career, and vocation, and then we'll end with the mantra. Please take a nice deep breath. It's a high vibe. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs, in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye crown for the Taurus collective and their cross watchers. Heart, third eye crown in their work. In their career, heart, third eye crown, dominant card here, so that's the key to that one usually, the career. And for their vocation, what's going on there? They need to be aware of heart, third eye crown, in their vocation, their spiritual calling, their mystical spiritual life, integrating all of this for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers for this. This one's going to be important. I have a feeling if they're doing this, please, heart, third eye crown, vocation for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading. Let's get these on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs, in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on for the Taurus collective, root, sacrum, solar plexus in their work? What's going on for the Taurians and the cross watchers, root, sacrum, solar plexus in the... No. Please leave the card in my hand. Second level of power. We had a tricky sticky with that one as well. The heart, third eye crown. So, root, sacrum, solar plexus. What does the Taurus and the cross watchers need to know in the career aspect and for the vocation, which also had a little bit of a tricky one coming out there. Cards sliding across the table. What do you got for them? What do they need to know about their vocation? Lower 3 chakra dynamic for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Come here. Oh, wow. Okay, let's start with work. Now, work is how you survive in the world. Lower 3 chakra dominant, so this card's going to be key, particularly because it's major arcana. But it's a major arcana card in a chakra read like this. Usually it's that whole zone, so we're looking at all 3 chakras. But here in the 8th chakra, we've got the hero, heroine archetype. One of the action family archetypes, one that I have dominant. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I have this one, lifetime, so I can relate to both sides of this. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold. 3 atoms have to be released to get from here to here, symbolically speaking, in the language of spiritual alchemy. So the shadow of what's going on in your work here, escapism and a false sense of heroism. Every villain thinks that they are a hero, right? And every hero at some point had to be a villain, past life or otherwise. The light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. And chances are, if you're watching my channel, I'm all about helping people empower themselves. You know, I can do it with you, but I can't do it for you, right? Very, very powerful. The hero's journey. And inside, the Eight of Flames. Now, the word written on the card is burnout, and that can certainly mean you're putting out more than you're taking in. But the Eight of Flames, the Eight of Wands, is also a lot of fiery energy. Hence, we see here a forest fire, a burning. And, you know, we understand that some of these forest fires have to happen, right? In the outer world for certain seeds to even, like, mature and germinate and, you know, whatever. I'm not the forest, I am witch. I'm not the forester, right? Dr. Forrester or otherwise. But certainly that can be a passion, right? That can be that burning passion inside of you. And with the Death card, Lord Hades, now don't freak, he's lovely. He's the Ender of Pain, husband of Persephone. Yeah, it was an arranged marriage, but hey, you know, they've been really good together. The original Gomez and Morticia, well, for half the year. She's still above ground at the time of this recording as the Lady of Summer. Oh, in a couple of weeks, she's going to be the queen of the underworld, the wife of death. And the name Persephone, by the way, means bringer of death. Isn't that pretty? So careful when you're naming kids. So, you know, there's a transformation going on, and that fire on the inside can absolutely indicate that as well, that you are on fire. Fire, fire. So let's keep going. So that's how you survive in the world. Not everybody makes their money at work. I don't. I am a producer. I am a president. I don't make money for that. I make my money in my career. So let's see what we got here. Good, good. Another major arcana and excellent. Okay. This might be where your leverage is. Usually one of the three levels gives you leverage. So the networker archetype, a creative family archetype. The shadow conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Now let's see, are we seeing that on the planet? Oh yeah, that's going on, right? So here's an opportunity. If we heal it in us, we should see it less in the world, one would think. The gold, or the light attribute we're shooting for here, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And we're seeing a lot of that too. But networking doesn't necessarily mean it's all online, right? I've been to networking meetings that were just, oh God, rip my eyeballs out, all three of them. But certainly there's more of that going on now than ever before because of the internet and the interwebs and all that jazz. Your major arcana card here is of reversal, the Hanged Man, a woman who voluntarily hangs herself out on a limb over a moving river, and though you may not be able to see it in this, the face above water and the face below water are very different. The one above is like, and the one reflected is lit, right? That shining corona, but again, upside down. So heart, third eye crown, this is about a surrender and a sacrifice, usually of the way we think things should be. Now, it is the Hanged Man card, so I always go back to I can't help it. Odin, right? Plucked out an eye, gave it to the Norns for the runes and other cash and prizes, right? A lot. It's a really interesting myth, right? The Weavers of Fate, those three. So, I mean, it's, in terms of networking, this can totally be, I would say, certainly third eye, in terms of surrendering ideas, beliefs, you know, things that may not be true, that may appear radically true, but are completely built on a false foundation. And sometimes it's just a question of changing the way that we see things, being willing to do that, particularly as new information might come in as a networker that stirs things up. But what I love about this is you've got the Nine of Pentacles here from the outside looking in, where you are strong, you are stable, you've got your own. Now, you may not see it that way, because people always want to make the pentacles about money. Maybe that's the case, maybe it's not. But certainly, you're good on your own. Like, you've got a stable thing here. You're one pentacle away from the 10. So, you know, maybe that reversal there, which is the word of the card for the hanged person in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, those chakras really, that another thing I heard from the Hangman when I just started reading, I never forgot it, wait on the will of heaven, right? Just like, okay, I surrender, Dorothy, right? Except upside down. You know, if you've got one of those like inversion tables, rock, you know, do your thing. So that feels really like a decent leverage. That's something you have the free will to do or not. not, right? You can wait, you can delay, but you cannot prevent. Love it. Wow. Wow. Okay, you got 2 major arcana cards, but we'll get to that because you got the servant archetype, a healing family archetype, and I am a Virgo. We are the servants of the zodiac. Now, see if any of this resonates. And again, this is about your spiritual calling, and I see this a lot in the spiritual industry, and don't kid yourself, it is an industry. The shadow attribute, using lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. I've done it. We do, well, I would love to do that, but I can't remember. And that is valid. Like I said, that is true. But with this 9 of Pentacles here with reversal, it's like you need to see this differently. And it's probably as a result of you sharing things that unify people. The gold you're shooting for here, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do it for free, but this is your vocation, your life calling to serve. So who do you serve? And what serves you, right? A new thing I learned from Matt Kahn. He's coming up in a minute. Thank you, divinity, for serving me. It is you who I serve. And you could fill in the blank, make it like a Mad Lib, right? Thank you, nature, for serving me. Thank you, community, for serving me. It is you who I serve. So that you align your desire with service, it's a lot easier to let go of expectation. That was a good one. I mean, that's the thing about Matt Kahn. His work sticks in my head, and it works when I work it. So, with the servant, you got the Amazon on the inner, the chariot harnessing the inspiration of the light horse and the motivation of the dark force. You say, Mal, well, what's the difference? Well, the light horse is you know, oh, I really want to do that. And the dark horse is, oh shit, this is what I got to do it, right? It's how we channel those emotional forces. So I'm going to say definitely heart, third eye, crown all the way through, because it takes all of that to pull that together and move it forward. This is great with temperance. Temperance, that yes, it's going to take time. This isn't an overnight thing, right? I love when people take a weekend workshop and then they think they're enlightened. It's like, okay, I'll be sitting here eating popcorn behind the psychic splash shield, right? Nobody gets it like that anymore, right? Unless you're going to go like live in a monastery or an ashram or something like that. Even then, right? It's a process. So there is time. There is patience here. So yes, I do feel like your career is like a real place to surrender your will to something higher, not necessarily this way, but this way in some way, right? Because there is a transformation going on in your work, right? You are being transformed. The field you are in is being transformed. The Death card is not the last card in the major arcana, so it is a transformation, but with that 8 of Flames on the inner, just be the hero. It's like, all right, we're going to do this, right? I'm gonna find my passion for my own personal power that I can get for this, so this may very well be you transforming in that way, with that leverage of being willing to surrender or not. But remember, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, which is big and needed on the planet right now, so that you can serve a higher power, whatever you want to call it, really harnessing the what I got to do and what I want to do into one thing little by little, and that do take time. And Temperance is a card of alchemy. Alchemy takes time, heat, and pressure. And Lord knows, I think after this summer, at the time of this timeless recording, we've got the heat, right? We've got the time, and boy, the pressure has been on. So, let's get our last card down. Matt Kahn, Healing Mantra, and this is the only bookie book reading for this read. I know my usual chakra reads, I've got like Lord Ganesha and a chakra reading card, but you know, I'm moving. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. That was a good one. Ascended Masters Override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none as we will it. So let it be done, beloved Ascended Masters. What is the perfect healing mantra to help the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers alchemize the shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, so they can shift from illusion to truth, particularly I would think with that networker there in this hero-heroine networker servant timeless work, career, vocation reading. Inviting ecstasy, it's my favorite one. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Now, does that mean you're going to get it? It looks like you have a nice solid foundation to get it there. But I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. It's true for everybody. However, our heart's desires are usually parts of our sacred contracts. And if we do not address them, they become onerous, ornery, whatever. One of them, their words. Where are you? Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. And the candle just went out. I don't know if you can see that smoke. Good timing, candle. When ecstasy is invited, you feel aligned and ready to receive all the miraculous and joyful gifts of experience the universe is ready to provide you, which says that the universe is ready to provide you these experiences, but you have to invite it in, right? And alignment, right? We're talking about alignment with chakras always. Ecstasy acts as a cosmic green light that grants your destiny permission to enter, right? So you're saying, all right, I'm ready, I think. I'm worthy, I think, right? Be honest as you go. That's my place. That grants you permission, your destiny permission to enter. In many instances, here's the healing part. In many instances, pain can be healed and released once a healthy relationship with pleasure is established. And I'm Generation X. It's taking me a while to develop that healthy relationship with pleasure, but we're getting there, and the mantra really helps. This mantra is ideal for increasing self-worth, elevating levels of excitement, and allowing bigger dreams, which is kind of on the table here with the amount of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 9. Not totally predominant, but, close enough to say that, the leverage is here on the table. So let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation. And you never know what's going to come out of my mouth when I do that anyway, but then we'll talk about other cool stuff if you want to hang around for it. One last time. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And we end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need in their work so that they can embrace their passion for their journey of personal empowerment, because certainly they've got that 8 of flames burning through things very quickly while things transform on the outside as well. From the outside looking in at them, or them from the outside looking out at people, places, and things, and fire being the element of transformation, not shocked. And so that in their career, where their leverage seems to be, that they enhance unity through the sharing of information, engendering social awareness and empathy, maybe just knowing that they do not know, willing to be shown, willing to surrender, willing to see things differently because they have the lovely self-assuredness and stance, and they're good. God bless the Taurus and Crosswatcher that have their own, while in their vocation, where there seems an awful lot of power, that they are able to delight in serving others with a free and loving heart as they harness the light and the dark horse to give them the inspiration and the motivation to do what needs to be done in the divine timing that it needs to be done, with patience, with balance, with temperance. And when something is tempered, it is stronger than it was before. And may they know that in the core of their being, that they are worthy of all the pleasure their hearts desire, inviting ecstasy bit by bit, a little bit or a lot of it, every day as they go on this hero's journey of transformation. May they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, so they shift from illusion to truth, becoming a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser version of themselves, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for all concerned, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Lions roar. I love this music. If you liked this video, I don't see why it wouldn't. Well, I know. Some of those major arcana are challenging, but when is it ever not? It's worth it to fulfill our contracts here. If you did like it, hit the thumbs up, help other Taurians find it, comment if you like. What's going on here? I'm a Virgo. I would love to know. And certainly, if you want more of me, subscribe here. But remember, the good stuff's going over on Patreon. Not that I'm not doing my best here, but they're getting a lot of behind the scenes. I just did a live stream of them showing the fortress of solitude of cardboard boxes that my house has been as I'm packing and getting ready for the pod. Beware of Sutherlands. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. I'm not sorry about it. So yeah, Patreon is wonderful. We got 2 7-day free trials if you want to check them out. Stay for 7 days, jump out if you like. But everyone who has done a 7-day free trial has stayed to get the extensive discount. So all of my subscribers, extensive discount, extended readings, daily check-ins, right? We've been doing workshops. There's just so much going on over there. You can shop in our store. You can even follow us for free. And yes, actually, the video I did today, I made that public, right? Just walking through the house, going from room to room, the creative chaos in which I dwell. But it's worth it moving forward. My work career vocation is unfolding, and I'm moving to Saratoga Springs, where I already have an open gig to do readings at the Magic Moon on Phila Street, Phila, in Saratoga Springs. So I'm very excited about this move. So wish me well, and I'm certainly wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of your work career vocation journey. You servant, networker, hero, heroine, hang in there. You got this. I believe in you. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.